Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rich here, and I'm back at it with another video. Now, in today's video, we heard some news about E3. After years of being postponed or canceled, either due to just not the demand for it or for COVID-19, it's finally done. The news came out earlier today. Today is Tuesday, December the 12th. The news came out earlier this morning that it will be done. It is not coming back for the foreseeable future. We're going to get into this article from IGN.com in a little bit. Link for this article will be in the description. If you're new around these parts, we haven't been playing a lot lately, but we were on Donkey Kong 94. We play video games here. I'm getting into that, or getting back into it. I did the last world. I just got to chop up the video. I was busy over the weekend. I was out of town. Went to a basketball game for a family member's birthday. So I got back Monday. Was a little, didn't really feel like dealing with YouTube for the day, so I just said F it, and I had a dentist appointment anyway, so I was out most of the day. By the time I got back, I didn't feel like editing. It was a very small window, so I'll be putting Donkey Kong up in a few days. We'll get that done, and the last world, which I am gonna record next, we're not done with that yet. We're gonna do that, and then I'll upload it. Without any more rambling, let's get into this video. So we will read the article as well. I'll do it because why not? We didn't read the last article with Discovery, which if you didn't see that, go check that video out. But we'll read the article, and also shout out to CM Punk, the best in the world. Yes, it is my wallpaper. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Everybody's saying L.A. Knight. Yeah. Alright, so let's read this article. E3 is dead for good. Alright, hopefully y'all enjoy my charismatic reading. Oh, big words, eh? Okay. The Entertainment Software Association, or the ESA, has announced the end of E3 for good, 28 years after the event first took place. Or the first event took place. Oh my god. In a statement on Twitter, we don't acknowledge it as X. And with the Washington Post, the ESA said it had decided to end the Electronic Entertainment Expo after more than 2 decades. And you can see the statement that they said. This probably will be in the thumbnail. It'll probably be the thumbnail. In March, IGN reported that almost a year after announcing its return, the ESA had canceled 2023's E3. At the time, the ESA said the 2023 version simply did not garner the sustained interest necessary to execute in a way that would showcase the size, strength, and impact of our industry. It did not mention undertaking the show again in future years, so that's important to keep in mind when we kind of talk about everything. This year's event was supposed to be held from June 13th through the 16th at the Los Angeles Convention Center, the show's home for many years. It would have been the first in-person E3 since 2019. Great year. E3 2020 was canceled due to the pandemic, obviously, and while a digital version was held in 21, E3 got canceled again in 2022 in an effort to focus on a revitalized showcase that would set a new standard for hybrid industry events. We now know this will never happen. And you see a clip right here. The PS4 reveal was crazy. That was a pretty crazy moment at E3, but we'll get into all that in a little bit. E3 began life in 1995 with a show at the LACC, or the Los Angeles Convention Center, and stayed at the venue throughout its near 30-year existence. It became synonymous with big video game announcements at flashy press conferences. Historically, the likes of Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft would show up to E3 with on-stage reveals that would send shockwaves through the gaming community. From Shigeru Miyamoto, Mario. Wait, whoa, what did we just do? Oh. I thought I did something crazy. Appearing on stage with the shield and the Master Sword during Nintendo's E3 04 press conference for Zelda, obviously. To Sony's generation-defining PS4 game-sharing announcement. E3 is remembered from bombastic video game news. However, in recent years, more and more video game companies walked away from E3 to do their own thing. Even before the pandemic, Nintendo and Sony now use digital events, Nintendo Direct and the state of play to announce most of their new products. While Microsoft is one of the few gaming companies that remains committed to making announcements at physical events. In truth, the Game Awards has become a de facto E3, with each December show, which it just happened not that long ago, packed with the kind of video game announcements once reserved for an E3 press conference, alongside a smattering of awards. Pretty solid reading. If it sounded bad, you can thank Bobby Jindal. So I don't know what to tell you. Oh my god. Anyway, article is in the description, of course. We're not going to do this video for too much longer. So the article basically explained everything. Of course, E3 would have been 30 in 2025. Unfortunately, out with the old and with the new, I guess. In the end of the article, of course, you saw about the gaming awards. We saw a bunch of things. So just to kind of break it down, E3 was a big event that would happen every year in Los Angeles at the convention center. And people would upload it to YouTube. I remember when Dashie uploaded those videos when he would go to E3. And those videos were great, man. But, you know, people would go, content creators, gaming companies, game developer companies as well. You know, you had the likes of the big companies with the consoles like Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and then you had the studios behind the games like Ubisoft, Activision, and all those companies, man. They would always be there. Square Enix, they'd all be there to showcase something. You know, one day you'd see reveals of Nintendo stuff, next day is Xbox, next day is PlayStation. It goes viral once social media became a thing that really took over. It would go viral, and then you'd hear about whatever is coming out. Oh, they just showcased the new PlayStation, you know, the PS4 reveal. That was pretty much 10 years ago at this point. That's kind of wild to think. But it's been around for a lot of shit. Like, you think about it, the 6th gen of gaming saw E3, which that's the best gen in my opinion. Sega Dreamcast, PS2, OG Xbox, and GameCube. It's either that or it's the 7th gen with Xbox 360, PS3, and Wii. But E3 has seen a lot through its time. I mean, when it first started, the PlayStation was just coming out when E3 first was a thing. So that's kind of how long it's been. And we're on PS5 right now, you know. So that kind of explains how long it's been. You know, they mentioned in the article as well, like, companies decided to just back out and kind of do their own thing even before the pandemic started, in the US at least. The pandemic pretty much started in Japan at one point, or Wuhan, my bad. I don't think Japan has Wuhan. Wuhan is in China. I don't think it's in Japan though. But you know, we saw that, and you know, with the state of play that Sony does pretty frequently, and you got Nintendo with Nintendo Direct. They want convenient ways for people to watch things and not have to get out and travel to go see these things, which sucks, because the feeling that you would see when you would watch people record videos at E3 at certain booths, or seeing the reveal of certain things, and just the industry, it would be a huge benefit when E3 would happen. It would always happen in June, like the article also mentioned, and you'd see the big announcements that people were waiting for, like the first God of War, which also came out, what was that, 05, I believe. You know, all the Mario games we've seen over the years, the consoles that we've seen over the years that got revealed at these events. It's gonna be missed. It truly will be. It's not gonna be the same. I know they mentioned that the Gamer Awards, kind of the same-esque thing, but not really. I mean, you got content creators and streamers all getting out, you know, going chill at these events, and it's kind of like what E3 was. But E3 was just something so spectacular. Even though I never got to go, it was just something that was so cool, just to see everybody that loved video games coming out for the summer, because it was, school would be out by this point in June. If you weren't out of school by June, then you must have had summer school. But you could have the chance to bring your kids, or you go by yourself with your friends and go hang out there. and just see all the magnificent stuff that would be revealed, all the gaming booths that would be there. It was so cool to see on YouTube, you know. Like I said, I never got to go, but I watched stuff on YouTube, and it just seemed really cool. It's gonna be missed, and you're not gonna see anything up to the standards of E3. The Gamer Awards are cool and all, but it's not like E3. It's not, you know. There will never be anything else like it. When everybody, you know, even though they are rivals, and they're not really rivals, but all of the companies that are around with consoles, Sony, Nintendo, Xbox, you know, Microsoft, they all come together at the table. They eat, talk amongst each other and what they're bringing, and then they leave and go about their business. And now, you know, you don't really have that. It's kind of like everybody wants to do their own thing. Everybody's kind of grown up. They went to college, you know. They don't want to hang out at the house all the time. So everybody's doing their own thing. And Xbox is kind of like the last kid that's still kind of doing their thing that they were used to for so long. Because it makes it great. When you get to see these physical events and then you see it break on Twitter, that's always fun. I think the Xbox, what you call them, that they had a couple years back was really enjoyable. I can't remember what year that was. It might have been 2021 or it was in 2020. I don't remember. I watched it on Twitch though. But the Xbox event that they had, it was really nice. And I'm glad that somebody at least preserves these kind of things for in-person events. I think the demand for it will come back as well before we get out of here. That's the last thing I want to say. They did say that they're not planning, and where is it right here? It said that it did not mention undertaking the show again in future years. That could be true, but at the same time, I think the demand for E3 is going to come back. You know, the Gamer Awards, like I said, is not E3. You know, companies and mainly fans, they're going to want to get back together at that big kind of event that was always there. You know, and I don't know when that's going to be. Maybe it's the end of the decade in a few years. But people will eventually want E3 to come back and have everybody at the table again for Thanksgiving, eating, talking amongst each other, having their own little days to show off what they want to do, their little studios showing off what they want to do at the kids' table, and then everybody goes about their business. One time a year, you get substantial amounts of money for the city of Los Angeles, which has enough money as is, the gaming companies, the industries, and the studios. And then you can get fans and content creators out there to have fun and go see what's new. You know, I think it'll come back though. I know they're saying they're not gonna do it again in any future years upcoming, but the demand for it will come back, especially amongst my gen, which is Gen Z. I don't like claiming that kind of stuff, but I am a Gen Z. I was born in 03. Hey, ramen accidentally. Hey. But I think it will come back. Gen Alpha, early Gen Alpha, Millennials, Gen X, they're going to want to see something like E3 again. It's sadly just a matter of time of when they want to see it. And, you know, like I say, companies are doing their own thing. The Gamer Awards, not E3. It's just not. It's cool, but it's not. I'm surprised Spider-Man 2 didn't win an award at that show. That's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, that's all I got to say about this. And hopefully we see E3 again. But if this is it for good, man, RIP to E3. Thank you for your memories that you've created over the last 30 years, almost 28 to be exact. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And also, one other thing, Dashie said in one of his videos, apparently that on desktop, or PC, or whatever you want to call it, when you say the word like or subscribe, the buttons light up. I don't know if that's true or not. He might be messing with people's brains, but if that does happen, let me know, and I would love to see. I can see myself too, but let me know if y'all see that after watching this video. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to make it rain on the like button and subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit the notification bell next to my name so you get notifications when I upload on the channel. And also stay tuned to the community tab for all updates. Like I said about Donkey Kong, we're going to get back into that. We're almost done with Donkey Kong. Literally, second to last video is done. Last World, I got to record that, John, and we'll get it up as soon as possible. And we'll start Sifu to close out 2023. But yeah, thank y'all for watching, man. Let me know what y'all thoughts are about this whole topic in the comment section. What did you like about E3? Are you going to miss it? All that good stuff. Thank y'all for watching, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.